could choose whichever leg position works for you. So you want to have your legs out straight or feet planted to the mat to give yourself some low back support. Or go ahead and let those knees fall open. Have a little bit of hip opening. Allowing the bolsters to support you. Let your shoulders kind of drop back. Slightly turn those palms up towards the ceiling. Just broaden across the shoulders a little bit more. Allow the fingers to curl. And just to get a little bit of shoulder opening, just a little bit more, we're going to reach our fingertips up towards the ceiling. As if you could just elevate those fingertips a few more inches. Almost as if someone was going to just grab your hands and pull you up so that your shoulder blades are starting to come up off the bolster. And then take a deep inhale, and then exhale, take those arms really wide to the backs of the hands. Touch the mat or the floor in this case. And then inhale, take them back up. Reach, reach, reach. And then exhale, open wide. Beautiful. One more time. Inhale, reach up. And then exhale, open. And then we're going to bend the knees and take those feet about hip distance apart, setting them on your mat. And we're just going to do a little kind of a sideways twist here. We're first going to drop our knees to the right. And then take your right hand and reach it towards the left hand. It won't touch, but just reach it across your body. Looking to the left. And then take it back open. And one more time. Knees kind of stay to the right. Just take that right arm over. And then open up again. We'll take our knees to the center. And then drop the knees over to the left. And then the left hand reaches. We're kind of trying to keep the shoulder blades on the bolster. And then reach. Just a little twist here. And reach. And open. Maybe we did 3. One more time. Cross the body and open. Perfect. And then take the knees to the center again. This time we'll reach the fingertips up towards the ceiling. And then we're just going to drop them overhead, just opening those armpits up towards the ceiling. Let them drop back as far as we'll go. Nice big opening. And then engage your core just a little bit. I'm finding that my belly is coming up. So draw your navel towards your spine. And then take your fingertips towards your knees. Okay, so many of you guys know I like this little cheater sit-up. So you're going to take an inhale to prepare, and then an exhale, just start to curl up partway. And then lowering back down. Let's rest the head, and then exhale on your way up. So as you exhale, you're drawing the navel to the spine. Inhale, way back. Exhale, come up, maybe a little higher. Inhale down. Exhale, feel the core working. And last time, lowering down. And then we'll go ahead, and we're gonna sit up all the way and shoot those legs out in front of us and just fold over. So I know that on Mondays, Rhonda's incorporating a little bit more of a yin practice. So yin is just when we stretch those connective tissues a little bit longer. I'm just gonna hang out here in the forward fold. One more breath. And inhale, come on up. Okay, we're gonna take a couple twists. Inhale, reach up with the fingertips. And on your exhale, twist to your right. And you can just reach that right hand back and just rest it on the bolster. Look over that right shoulder. Keep the torso nice and tall. Next, inhale, reach up. And exhale, twist left. All right, inhale, reach up. Exhale, let's take the hands down. Let's grab a hold of that strap. And we're going to take both feet in the strap. And then just kind of a neutral grip with your wrists. And let your elbows come right at your waistline. All right. Like a rowing machine, we're going to inhale up through the crown of the head, and then on the exhale, we're going to draw the elbows back and we're going to lean forward. You should feel a little bit more activity between the shoulder blades. A little straighter back. Inhale, come on up, and exhale, pinch. So the arms are pretty active here. One more time. Inhale, brings you up. And exhale, pinch. Perfect. Okay. Just take your right foot into the strap and your left hand reaching across to that right foot. And we're just going to spin open to the right. And if you can keep yourself lifted using the core, great. If you want a little support, you can set your hand back to the bolster. Reach out through the heels. Nice. Okay. Coming back forward. We'll switch the strap onto our left foot. Right hand to the strap. We're going to just lift that leg up, twist to your left. The arm is nice and open. Neutral grip with the wrist. And then slowly come back. All right. We're going to keep the strap, but we're going to go ahead and pick our props off our mat behind us. And we're going to take both feet into the strap. So a little bit of core work today. This is going to be a boat pose with the 8 strap. So you can bend your knees a little bit here and reach your elbows out straight, light grip. And then you're going to just start to lift and find that balance point. So once you find your balance point, you can work on straightening the legs a little bit. Keeping that back nice and tall. Just pause here with our breath. Okay, now this is a little trickier. We're going to slide the strap in our hands and we're going to come down to a really low boat. I know I've been in classes and the low boat's really hard. But with the strap, we've got some assistance. Come all the way down to your back. Great. All right, now just take that strap up in your right foot towards the ceiling. Right hand strap, and we're gonna open that leg out to the side for a nice little hip opener. Go really slow. See if you can kind of keep that left hip anchored as much as possible. Breathe here. And next inhale, bring that leg up. Now we're going to switch the strap to our left hand. And take your right hand right in that hip pocket, right in the front of your right hip crease. Now keep that right hip down and just slightly go across midline. Oh yeah, this feels great. We're getting into the IT band. And then go ahead and let that right hip come up and go ahead and take a full twist. Leg travels across. Try to stay grounded through the shoulders. A little deeper twists than we did earlier. Nice. And then slowly bring that leg back up towards the ceiling. And we'll take our left foot into the strap, take our right foot out. Lower that right leg. So now our strap's in our left hand. And we'll open that hip out to the side, left leg to the side for a hip opener. Anchor down with the right hip, because it's going to want to come up. Whew. That's great. Feeling this in the inner thigh, the hamstring, and the hip joint itself. Next breath, reach that leg up towards the ceiling, switch your hands. Anchor that left hip first. Don't let the left hip come up. Just get that little cross the body stretch to get the IT band. And then when you're ready, let that leg travel, the left hip can come up. Full supine twist. Wide round through the shoulders. Perfect. All right, come on back up. We're going to keep the strap for one more thing, but just set it on your belly and hug those knees into your chest. So you're getting a nice little knee bend. If you want, you can rock here side to side a few times. Massaging the spine. Now your choice, you can roll up to seated, or you can take that strap in the heels and reach both feet up to the ceiling and rock up with straight legs. Your choice. And then come all the way up to seated, elbows right here at the waist. We'll do one more. Hinge forward, forward fold. So reaching through the heels, reaching through the crown of the head, hinging at the hips. And as you draw those elbows back, the chest forward, you feel a little bit of strengthening between the shoulder blades. Inhale, come on up. Yeah, nice. Okay, we'll go ahead and get rid of that strap for now. And let's go ahead and just cross the legs in front. So I could barely do this last week.
Got really good.
Yeah, it's progress, right? Progress. All right, so just sitting here, maybe you want to just lean a little side to side, feel those sits bones anchoring down. All right, we're just gonna take care of our necks just for a little bit. So take a nice deep breath, inhale, and then on your exhale, drop your chin to your chest. Just let the head hang heavy here, but keep the posture tall with the rest of your spine. We're gonna inhale, and we're going to just kind of roll that left ear over towards the left shoulder. And take that right arm long. To get a little bit more stretch when you do this. The fingers back. You want a tiny bit more stretch. You can pick up the left hand and bring it to the temple. Very light. And go ahead and release. We'll come back up to midline. Take a nice deep breath, inhale. Exhale, drop the chin to the chest. And then we'll roll the ear over the other side. Just initially feeling that stretch on the side of the neck and shoulder. And then stretching that left arm out towards the arm. Drawing fingers back. Might you feel a little tingle? And if you want just a tiny bit more, you can take the right hand fingertips to the temple. Super gentle. And release that to the center. Now we're just going to just do a couple of neck rolls. So with your own breath, you're going to inhale, exhale, drop the chin to the chest. And then inhale, just sweep to one side, doesn't matter which. Inhale, exhale back to the center. Inhale to the other side. Those little quarter rotations back to the chest. Inhale to the other side. Exhale, center. And back to the other side. And back to the center. Perfect. Okay. Let's come on to hands and knees. A little bit of cat and cow here. Look down at your fingertips, spread the fingertips wide. Make sure that your middle finger is pointing straight ahead. Take a nice deep inhale, drop the belly, lift the chin, chest. Try to spread across those collarbones. And then exhale, rounding into your cat pose. Inhale, cow. And exhale, cat. And just moving with your breath here. Trying to get as much spinal extension in that cow pose and as much spinal flexion when you're in cat. So keeping the hips over the knees, we're going to walk our hands forward towards a puppy pose. Let the ears drop right in by those upper arms. So arms are super strong here. Opening up those shoulders. And then walk your hands back, right underneath the shoulders. So we're going to attempt to go into a little bit of a pointer dog. So I'm going to demonstrate on my right side. I'm not quite sure my left is going to cooperate for me, but take that right leg back, toes to the mat to start with. Gaze down between your hands just to keep your spine neutral, and then see if you can float that right heel up. Try to get a sense that your body is nice and long and horizontal here, parallel to the floor. And if and when you're ready, you can take that opposite left arm forward. Just keep your focus here. Let that core work. Finding your balance. And slowly release back to hands and knees. And if you want to take a little child's pose here in between, if your knees will allow that, I'm not sure mine will. So anywhere in between puppy pose and child's pose works. And next breath, we'll back up to hands, knees for that other side. So left leg goes back, toes to the mat. And when you're ready, you're gonna float that heel up. So this is the part where I'm better keeping my toes down. So reach long through the heel, find that nice horizontal body, and reaching the opposite right hand forward. Stay with your breath. You should be able to feel the core muscles knitting together. Help hold you steady. And slowly release the hand and the knee. And once again, if you want to come back into a nice child's pose. See if you can bring your forehead down to the mat. If that doesn't work for you, you can always reach for that block. So now feeling the breath in your back body. Slowly walk yourself up and see if you can sit your hips back toward your heels, but feel free to grab that block. Don't want that full knee bent. My doctor's told me I shouldn't do that yet. We're going to do one more thing for our hands. Walk our hands forward and take the backs of the hands to the mat, fingertips pointing to your knees. And then just kind of play with this. You can kind of roll forward a little bit to get the stretch in the back of the forearms, or you can sit your hips back a little bit. just to play with that stretch. Perfect. All right. From here, we're going to make our way to hands and knees, tuck those toes under, and we're going to ease ourselves into a down dog. And once you're in down dog, if you want to go ahead and take that dog for a little walk, bending one knee and straightening the other. And then look up to your hands. Take as many steps as you need, these nice little small steps, into a forward fold. We'll just hang here. Ideally, those knees are slightly bent. And you're drawing your chest towards your thighs to get that nice hinge at your hips. Maybe shake your head yes and no. All right, let's bring our hands up to our hips. We're going to hinge on up to standing. Well, took out my timing. Half hour took us to come to standing. All right. So Anjali Mudra, hands at the heart space. Their pose. See if you can root down through the feet. See if you can have an equal amount of pressure in the feet. Pelvisana CT, same amount of pressure. We're going to move through a couple of sun breaths. Inhale, sweep the arms up, big breath. And on your exhale, fold over. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, bow. And inhale, reach, rise. Exhale, pause here, heart space, and one more. Inhale, reach up. Exhale over. Take your time. Half lift. Bowing. Exhaling. Reach, rise. Palms meet at the heart space. Perfect. Okay. All right. So from here, we are going to go through a full sun salutation. We're going to add the opening to it. We're not going to get too fancy or too many sun salutations going, but we're going to make this one really work for us. So sweep the arms up, full breath, exhale, swan dive over, slight bend to the knees, inhale to your half lift. On your exhale, keep bending your knees until those palms meet the mat, and then step those legs back to plank. Option for a knee down plank, and then slowly chaturanga. Hug those elbows in towards your rib cage. The slower you go, the more muscles you're using. Inhale, lift that heart up. Cobra. On your exhale, lower down, tuck the toes, find downward facing dog. So for our hip opener, we're going to take that right leg up high, three-legged dog. And then begin to take a twist here to the right. So looking underneath that right armpit, maybe bend that top right knee. Opening the hips. All right, reorient that knee to your chest. Pull that right foot forward. See if you can step it next to that right hand. Look back at your left leg just for fun. You want to make sure your legs are on 2 track lines. We're going to carefully rise up, high lunge. Follow your navel to your spine. Find that drishti for balance. Engage that back left leg so that the knee is straightening. All right, exhale, hands come back down to the mat. Let's just step that right leg back. Down dog. If you want, you can wave out to plank, and we can move through a little vinyasa to the other side. If you want to skip that vinyasa, you can stay in your down dog. Pedal the legs out. All meet back in down dog. To the other side. So lift that left leg up high, 3-legged dog. Take your twist. So when you twist, keep that knee straight, but just enough to open the hips. And then bending that top left knee. Feel that across that hip flexor. Beautiful, everyone. All right. Draw that knee forward, step the left foot next to that left hand. Look back at the right leg. So this is going to be key to our balance, that our legs didn't somehow form a straight line. High lunge. Breaths here. Exhale. Hands come down to the mat. Go ahead and step back to a down dog. Reach the hips back, lengthen the spine. Maybe just a slight bend into the knees. And then look up to your hands. We'll take some steps forward to a forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. And inhale, root to rise. All the way up, palm knees. And exhale. So balance. We're going to do a little hip opener because we've done some hip opening poses to start with. So there's a couple of choices here. You can literally just bring one knee up and balance here, which might be what I'm doing. Notice when you do these poses, we always are concentrated on the lifted knee and what it's doing, but the strengthening is your standing leg. So you don't want to go too fast or too furious based on what that strength is on that standing leg. The second motion would be out to the side. The third motion would be maybe big toe, hand in your toe. So that's not where I need to be today. So Samasthiti to begin with. So same amount of pressure in both feet. Find your nice tall spine and find your gazing point. Draw your navel into your spine. And you can start with either leg, whatever what works for you today. And hug that knee in, pause here. Stay here. Or you can bring that knee out to the side. Back forward and back. All right. Walk, march the legs out. All right, so switching sides. Again, don't underestimate the equal amount of
pressure on both feet and that gazing point before you even get started moving. Those are two things that will kind of help you with your balance. When you're ready, you can take that other knee up, other side. Stay here. Moving the knee out to the side. You have your balance. Yeah, it's harder with the trigger. That's what we're going to go with. Awesome. All right. We're going to go through, let's go through a couple of standing poses. Think of your legs as in two parallel lines and just slide this right leg back until your left knee bends. You can feel free to angle the toes on that right foot. But this is where, I say this a lot, but we want to keep the hip, the knee, and the toes all facing in the same 45-degree angle towards the front corner of your mat, that right corner. So reach the arms up overhead. This is our warrior one. Press here. One big inhale. On your exhale, you're just pivoting that right foot open, dropping the arms to a T. That left knee stays right over the ankle. Hips are now opening to the long side of your mat. All right, flip that left palm up. We'll reverse our warrior. Now your gaze can go up or down. I'm noticing that my knee's a little crazy right now, so looking down helps ground you. Strengthening the foundation. All right, from here, extended side angle. Your left forearm is going to come on down to your thigh, right arm alongside of your ear. See if you can keep your shoulders stacked. Option to look underneath that right arm towards the ceiling. Now we've done a little bit of core work. If you guys are like me, I'm noticing I'm putting a lot of weight into this left thigh. So let's go ahead and just parallel our arms using the core, and then come on up, warrior two. Very nice. Okay, we're going to take the left hand down to the left thigh, step the right foot forward. We're just going to go into what I like to call my little diva pose, huddling the legs out. So bending one knee, straightening the other. This is kind of instead of that down dog. All right, hands to the hips. So ahead, hinge on up to standing. All right, for on the other side, we'll slide the left foot back. So toes, knees, and hip all angled towards the left corner of your mat. That bend to the right knee right over the ankle. Reach the arms up. Warrior one. With so much focus on our stability here and our legs, reach through the fingertips. Reach through the torso, reach through the crown of the head. Draw the navel to the spine. Take a nice deep inhale. Pivot open to the left for warrior two, dropping your arms to a T. If you look down at your legs, you can make those little adjustments, because now you kind of want to be heel to heel. Sometimes sticky mats don't always allow that. Beautiful. Gaze is over your right fingertips.
Turn that right palm up. Reverse your warrior. Ooh, nice side stretch. Still strengthening that right thigh. Knee wide open. Extended side angle, right forearm to the thigh. Left arm along the side of the ear. Come on up, warrior two. Here, right hand for right thigh. Step forward. Hinging at the hips, bending and straightening the legs. Just a little bit of time. I'm going to kind of step over here. Step back with your right leg. Facing alongside of the mat, parallel the feet. Take the feet wide. So we're going to do an extended forward fold here. Extended leg forward fold. Hands on the hips. Inhale, look up. Press the hips forward slightly. Squeeze the elbows towards each other. And on your exhale, fold forward, hinging at the hips. Just hanging out here. A couple of breaths. Keep squeezing those elbows towards each other. Use your breath to see if you can fold a little deeper. And slowly we'll inhale, come on up. Hands on the hips again if you want to drop back for a tiny back bend again. Nice. Okay. All right, from here, this is optional. You can take your left toes and face them to the front. Hands come to warrior two in a T. And the optional part is you can windmill the hands down, step back to plank, move through a vinyasa, or you can just kind of step forward to a forward fold and come on down with hands and knees. We'll all meet maybe in a down dog here for a moment. So pressing away with the bases of all 10 fingers, reaching those hips back, slight bend of the knees. And then we're going to slowly, with control, dip those knees down to the mat, untuck the toes, and go ahead and make your way back into child's pose. Hang out here in your child's pose. Are you guys all okay with a little gentle press?
For your child's pose, go ahead and slowly make your way up to hands and knees. I know one pose I've really craved in the last couple of months is this little twist. And we're going to do it slightly different today. We're going to do it from puppy. So keep your hips over your knees and walk your hands forward. See if you can drop your head between those upper arms. And then we're going to take the left hand and reach it underneath the right. See if you can dip that left shoulder to the mat, coming into your twist. So resting your head and the shoulder to the mat. Nice. And then slowly, let's make our way back up to our puppy pose. And just in between sides, let's walk our hands back. We'll do just a couple of cat and cows. And neutralize the spine from that twist. And then again, walk your hands forward to puppy. Take time to drop your head between those upper arms. And then the right hand reaches underneath the left. And roll onto that right shoulder, finding a twist. Beautiful. And slowly back to puppy. And then we're just going to kind of walk our knees forward, kind of crawling to the top of our mat. And come to a seated position. So it's safest for our knees to come to one side, I've learned. And we're going to pause here in a nice little seated Sukhasana pose. We back to our breath. Thankful that we've done all our core work already. Getting that breath out. And gather your knees to your chest. Give yourself a little hug here. And then you can either roll back, tucking your chin to your chest, or you can put your hands behind your thighs and lower yourself down. Once we're down here on our back, maybe a little twist from side to side, dropping the knees left to right. And then it's yogi's choice. You can come into a bridge pose, come into a happy baby pose, or if you want, you can get that upside down pigeon stretch, crossing one ankle over the knee. Switching sides. Finish with those stretches, whatever they are. Go ahead and lengthen your legs out onto the mat for Shavasana. If you want to grab that bolster, put under the knees, you can certainly do that.
could return to that reclined position with the bolster behind you, if that's comfortable. Without moving. Just drawing in peacefulness. Slowly deepening your breath. Begin to invite movement back to your body. Fingers, toes, wrists and ankles. The movement's a little bit bigger, maybe reaching the arms overhead to a nice stretch. And then eventually drawing your knees to your chest and rolling on to either side. Pausing here. Thanking yourself. Maybe thinking about taking a little bit of the yoga off the mat with you today. Use that top hand to ease yourself up to a seated position. Take your time. Don't hurry. The eyes stay closed. Hands find their way. Anjali Mudra, prayer pose. We'll take a nice deep inhale. And just a slow exhale. The light beam honors that same light. Namaste.